Hey sweet friends, welcome back to my channel. I am Kay from At Home with Kay. Thank you for clicking on my video today. Here on this channel, we do home decor that is budget friendly. No stress, no pressure, just pure crafting joy. And if that's something you're interested in, stay tuned. Now let's get into it. So this is going to be like a trash to treasure. I have this jar that I saved, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a lantern. I'm going to make a kind of a decorative jar to go inside of my lantern. I decided to get my lantern out because I was inspired by someone on YouTube who used their lantern in one of their last videos. So I said, I'm going to get my little lantern out, and I'm just using that lantern that I had at Christmas time that you guys saw that comes apart. So I got this pretty pink ribbon from Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to hot glue it around the rim of my jar. Then I'm going to take some of my pearls and I'm going to embellish the top of this jar with some pearls in the back where the ribbon meets. And then I'm going to show you what I'm going to do next. So like I said earlier, guys, I am Kay from At Home with Kay, and I enjoy making DIYs that are creative and most of all, budget friendly. No stress, no pressure, just pure crafting joy. And if that's something that you're into, consider subscribing and hitting that notification bell so that you never miss a video. So what I did here was I made a bow, and I'm just going to hot glue it on the rim of my glass jar. And I'm going to move on to the next step where I get my pearls. These are just some little stick-on pearls, and I'm going to put those in the back where my ribbon meets, where I hot glued my ribbon together. And those other pearls that you see there are going to be pearls that I string on to that floral wire. And I'm using floral wire instead of thread because I wanted it to be kind of stiff so that any way that I turn it, it would stay and it wouldn't be as flimsy as if it were on a piece of string or something like that. So that's just a little tip if you want to make a garland or anything, to use a little floral wire, and then it gives you a little bit more flexibility with how you bend it. So now, guys, like I said, I'm just going to take my pearls. I'm going to take a piece of this lovely floral wire, and I'm just going to begin stringing them onto the floral wire. I'm don't know how many of them I'm gonna do, but I'm gonna make it pretty long so that it can hang all the way down the front of my jar. And now that I'm at the end of the beads, I'm going to take some hot glue and I'm just going to make a little cluster on each end of this little beaded garland here. I'm going to add maybe 4 or 5 at the end to make it just look like a little ball of pearls on each end. And now that I'm done, I'm going to take it and just see which way looks best as I wrap it around. I'm going to just take it and wrap it and tie a loose little, tie around and let it hang down in the front. And then I'm going to place a tea light candle in the middle inside of my jar just so that it can just glow, through the jar. It's going to look really pretty. And I just wanted you guys to see, I know I usually show completion at the end of everything, but isn't this so pretty? I really love it. All right, so next I have this wooden heart that I picked up from Dollar Tree, I believe, several years ago. I'm going to use some of this antique wax and a little wet paper towel, and I'm just going to rub it on there and do like a little quick stain on it. And just so you know, when you use something wet on these little pieces of wood, they do tend to warp a little bit, but it wasn't so bad that I couldn't use it, but just a little FYI that will happen. And like I said in my last video, that my frame in which I am recording is a little bit off, but bear with me. I think I figured out how to fix that. And in my next video, it should be a lot better. So guys, just really quickly while I'm doing this, I'm gonna ask a question. Has anybody been thrifting lately? I love thrifting and I really miss going. I was going quite often and then I stopped. Well, okay, right here, you see what I'm doing? At the end, I'm just gonna hot glue some pearls on the end to make like a little cluster of pearls at the end of each end of this pearl string. But I was going regularly and then life happened and I stopped, but I really love it. And I always look for things and I hope, like I really love the Lenox Spice Village. I want something like that. And sometimes I hope that I go in the thrift store and I see these things like Mackenzie Childs and they have it for a low price because nobody really knows what it is. So I always like to go on the hunt for things. And have you guys found anything interesting lately at the thrift store? Something you've been hunting for and you found it? Do you have good thrift stores in your area? Let me know down in the comments. So what I'm doing here is, see, I'm just going to figure out how to wrap this little pearl string around this jar, and it's going to work perfectly because remember, it's floral wire and it's bendable, so I can do a lot more with it. It'll stay exactly the way that I place it. So as you guys can see, as I was rambling on about thrifting, I took that lace and I hot glued it around. And now I have those flowers that I've used in several other videos. I'm just hot gluing those beautiful flowers, the pink and the cream, to the center. Then I'm going to take my pearls, those stick-on pearls again, and I'm just going to stick some of those on here as well. And after I get those all in place, I'm going to take some ribbon and I'm going to make a little hanger. And then I'm also going to add a little shoestring bow at the bottom. Just add it with a little hot glue. And then I'll show you what it looks like at the end of the video. And here we are. I just hung this heart on the wall in my living room, right above where I put the lantern on the table. So it just looks like a cute little set there together. I think it's really pretty. So there you have it, guys. More fantastic DIYs on a budget. And remember, if this is something that you're interested in, consider subscribing and hitting that notification bell so that you never miss a video. Thanks for crafting with me today. And remember, stay happy, stay creative, and always be the sunshine.